30 years have since passed, and while a whole lot has changed, the song remains the same. The Wolf still rocks.
Hey there, it's Brian Ellis, Morning Show 101.5 The Wolf. We continue our video series celebrating The Wolf's 30th birthday. We launched the radio station February 14th, 1992. This guy was here with us on The Wolf from day one. We say hello to Dale Lowe. Hey, Dale.
Hey, how you doing, Brian?
Good. It's hard to believe that you and I were both part of the launch of The Wolf back in 1992.
And that's what's still so memorable is the launch, because I know there was research going into it that, people in Peterborough thought a rock radio station was a great idea. But at that time, there weren't many rock stations for a market the size of Peterborough.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really uncharted territory. When we showed up at Woody Hook's that night for the big grand opening and the reveal, to see that lineup and that reception was it was mind-blowing.
It really was. And, what I also remember about the launching of The Wolf was the build-up to the date of February 14th. They had some teaser commercials running on Chex TV.
Yeah.
And I just remember the buzz in the city just kind of started to build and build.
Right. There were billboards, and I think the first ones were like just a set of eyes, like wolf eyes, and it said, "It's coming." And people are like, "What?" They had no idea.
Yeah.
And when it finally hit, and I think you'll remember this too. We had that opening party on February 14th of 92. It was jam-packed that night. People tried to get in, freezing cold, they couldn't.
Yeah.
But it continued throughout the weekend too. Like we had these wolf coats, right, that we were issued the very first day. If you walked downtown with those that weekend, like people were hanging out the car windows and just we had no idea inside of this thing, this new radio station, just how big it was out there. And I think that's,
No, we didn't.
really remarkable. Yeah.
So when you started on air with The Wolf, you were doing the midday show, and I've been trying to rack my brain. What did we call the noon hour show?
The all request nooner.
The all request nooner. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I was like, I think it was the all request nooner. I might be wrong, but no, that is what it was.
We did a nooner.
Yeah, we did a nooner. And do you remember the one? This is my favorite story to tell about George Thorogood. Do you remember the George Thorogood story?
Oh, man, do I ever?
Oh,
You came running in with a CD, like, "Oh, George Thorogood just released this new live album. Play a cut, any cut." No particular place to go.
Yeah.
And about 3/4 of the way through, he drops the F-bomb in it.
Yeah.
It was live radio.
I was back at my desk. I'm like, oh my God.
Not one phone call. Everyone
Yeah.
was cool with it.
No, it was great. Not one phone call. Again, we're talking about The Wolf and the 30th anniversary. You and I both part of that radio station. And it's interesting how listeners were so loyal throughout the years, just year after year. You go to an event and you almost you became friends with these people who listened to us on the radio, and they became friends.
Absolutely. Like I say, you mentioned the all request nooner. You would show up at events, and you remember too, like the Pines in Bridgenorth was the place,
Yep.
back then in the 90s. I think it closed in 97 or 98, but you think back to all the people that we'd meet with regularly on a Friday night, because we'd go see April Wine, we'd go see Trooper, Tom Cochran. Can you believe Cheap Trick and the band played at Bridgenorth, right?
Like, I know. That's one of those things where I look back and I think to myself, man, I was so fortunate to be part of something like The Wolf, and to be able to go and MC a band like that, and to go see, as you say, the band. Remember also Live played the Pines.
Yes.
And I remember this story. I think that they had booked Live just before Lightning Crashes became a big hit.
And they were opening with someone. I can't remember who, but they were
me neither.
Band.
And it's like
Winter or one of those bands. Yeah.
We would never have, well, the Pines would never have got live booked after that song became so big. As
Yeah.
you as we look back on 30 years of the Wolf, is there a memory or two that sticks out for you, Dale? Something that you'll always kind of remember about your time with the Wolf?
Yeah, again, it goes back to that opening weekend, the very first, ratings period that came out. We went, wow, people like us. They really like us. In fact, I don't know if you remember this, but when the first ratings period was announced, the results, there was an entertainment reporter from a local newspaper, and she said, I, congratulations to the Wolf, but you know what? Once the honeymoon is over, this isn't going to last. Excuse me, what anniversary are we celebrating here today? Like, oops,
It's like color TV. It'll never last.
no,
It'll never last. No, it'll never last. Oh my God, that is so
yeah,
good. No, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to chat with some of the folks that you and I worked with back in the day, and you're still in Peterborough. We'll give an update.
mhm.
You're in Peterborough now. You're
Yeah,
working from
I
home
didn't
right
looking
now,
forward.
but you're still with our company in Peterborough.
Correct. Yep. Working from home, but working with Fresh Radio.
That's right. So you do the
Yeah.
midday show on
Same
100.5
time.
Fresh Radio. That's right.
Yeah.
Same time frame. That's right. You're loving the middays. No, this has been fantastic. Kind of reliving some of the memories. And one more memory I have to share about the opening night at that bar in Peterborough in the North End. And you know what? You're right. I think I've been thinking it was Casey's, but it was called Woody Hooks, right?
It was called Woody Hooks.
And
Yeah.
it did turn into Casey's after the fact.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Woody Hooks, you're right. That was the name. It's been 30
Yeah.
years, Dale. I'm losing my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Remember the spotlights out front?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had searchlights.
Like, and I remember pulling in with my she was my
Oh,
girlfriend at the time, and I looked around and there was people lined up to get in. The parking lot was jammed, and then there's the searchlight, the spotlights going. And I looked at her and I went, "This is like a rock concert."
I know, right? And I remember walking in, past the lineup, and I think one person even yelled something like, "Hey, where do you think you're going, Elvis?" Like, like I had special privilege. I
Yeah.
kind of worked there, actually.
Yeah. And the other thing we can't forget too about sort of the special times of the Wolf is the Wolf Road shows. We would do
Oh,
these. We would do these parties at local arenas, and hundreds of people would jam into an arena. We'd play tunes, give away shirts, and stuff, and that was a memory I'll never forget.
oh, so many people would just show up, and it was like Roseneath, Coburg, Port Hope, Campbellford, everywhere.
Yep.
The Wolf was known everywhere, still is. You go
It's
anywhere, and people know what it is. In fact, there are like a lot of people in the industry who strive to work in Toronto or Vancouver or Winnipeg, but they will tell you like they will never experience anything like we did when the Wolf launched.
yeah.
It was that big.
No, and the other thing I know that I've spoken with other radio programmers over the years, and they're all very jealous that the Wolf has that audio sound of a howl,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when you hear that, you know exactly what radio station you're listening to.
It's our golden arches, right?
It is. Oh man, listen, Dale, thanks so much again. Dale, you can catch him on our sister station 100.5 Fresh Radio. He does middays, weekdays over on that station, but he was our midday guy back when we launched the Wolf in 1992. Dale, thanks so much, and happy
Thanks.
birthday to you as well.
All right, thank you. Bye
All
bye.
right, that's great, Dale. I appreciate that,
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brian.
and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, take care.